Ladies and gentlemen, the stories you're about to hear are true. The names have been changed to protect the guilty.
And we welcome you to another edition of Cell Block C, Carolina Crooks, real life stories ripped from the police reports of Carolina agencies. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe this page and click the bell notification so you never miss an episode. And share with your friends if you don't mind. So let's get started. This one is called Her Car Was Loaded Too. So a deputy was exiting off onto Highway 176 onto Highway 9, Bowling Springs Road, about 12:30 one morning when he noticed there was a white Lexus SUV in front of him on the exit ramp. Now, halfway up the ramp, the driver decided that she wanted to stop. The officer pulled up beside her and just to make sure that everything was okay. The driver then put her vehicle in reverse and started going backwards, back down the exit ramp. This is not going to end well, I don't think. So at some point, she stopped, put the car back in drive, and then proceeded back up onto Highway 9. At this point, the deputy activated his blue lights and initiated a traffic stop. So they asked if she knew why they were stopping her. She would not speak to the officer. She just handed him her South Carolina driver's license. Officer asked again if she knew why she was being stopped, and she said that she could not tell him. The officer inquired as to why, and she replied that she just couldn't do it. The officer then asked, how much have you had to drink this evening? The typical response is 2 drinks. When most people are pulled over and they're asked by police how much they've had to drink, 2 drinks is always the magic number. But nope, not this one. She replied, too much. Too much she had to drink. Well, at that point, they asked her to turn off her car. They put her keys on the roof, and a field sobriety test then ensued. When they were inventorying the car, they found a snub-nose New England firearm model 92 22 long rifle revolver that was in the glove box. It had 9 rounds loaded in it. So they put that into the evidence bin as well. Never going to end well. Don't wig out, man. This was in reference to a police complaint that came into 911. The guy called 911, not the non-emergency number. That's going to be key to this story. This is because he's called 911 a few times in the past. When officers arrived, he stated there was hair in his sink, and it was not his. He was very concerned. Officer noted that there was a small piece of a wig in his sink. They asked him if there was any kind of emergency, and he stated that he felt like it was one. Well, they asked him if at any time that he called 911 was his life in danger. He said no. They asked him if there was anyone else in the home with him. He said no. They asked if there was a medical emergency, to which again he replied no. They asked if the house was on fire, and he said no. Well, due to the number of times that this man has called 911 for stupid stuff, officers decided that there was no real emergency, and the fact that he had called so many times, they arrested him for unlawful use of 911. So just because you find hair in your sink doesn't mean you should call 911. We call this one a used car steal. So a man in Spartanburg posted his car online for sale. It didn't take long for him to get some calls. A woman called at 9:30 at night to inquire about purchasing this car that he had posted on sale. He stated that she arrived in a 2002 Toyota Celica without a tag and a flat front left tire. Now, the suspect gave the man selling the car $100 and asked if she could test drive the car. Well, he said yes. So she gave him the 100 and left behind her really not good car. But he did exchange phone numbers with her, so he was able to get in touch with her. She said that while she was gone, she was going to pick up a spare tire to put on the car that she was leaving behind. Well, several hours passed. She was a no-show. He finally called her and discovered that she was on Pelham Road in Greenville. Well, somehow he was able to catch up with her, and he followed her from Greer to Simpsonville to Greenville and then back to Greer. She stopped at the hot spot on Highway 14. He then told her, you need to follow me back to the house and bring my car back and get yours. Well, she followed him, and just as he was turning onto his road, she sped off. So there you go. Officer tried to call her and didn't get an answer. It went straight to voicemail. He left 2 messages, so I don't know if he's found his car yet or not, but $100 an old ratty car for a new car, not a bad deal. Socks, size 32 caliber. So this is from a wedding venue on Union Street in Spartanburg. A guy who works there stated that he had found a box near the welcome sign on Union Street, and he looked into the box. There were several items, including a sock. Now he picked the sock up, and inside he found a gun. There were also other things that officers found inside the box: beaded necklaces, vitamins, an Amazon plug-in, oil, and deodorant. Quite the hodgepodge gift basket there. The gun was a .32 Omega revolver. It was loaded with 5 bullets, all 35 caliber weapons there. So there you go. If you're looking for a sock in a size 32 caliber, I know where you can find one. And finally, we leave you with a hair raising experience. This would be HARE, H-A-R-E, as in the bunny. So officers were called to a home on New Cut Road to a police complaint. When they got there, they spoke to a woman who advised that she walked out to her mailbox and found a dead rabbit inside. Now, she stated that she had last checked her mailbox 3 days before, and there was no rabbit there. Now, she says that she doesn't have any problems with her neighbor, doesn't know how the rabbit got there, wasn't sure if someone was playing a prank on her or not, but she wanted it documented just in case she finds another hair in there. Well, there we go. That's it for edition 2 of Cell Block C, Carolina Crooks. We thank you so much for being with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell, notifications, click that so you get all of our alerts as we continue to update every week. Until then, have a great day, and don't become one of our police reports. We really don't want to talk about you here.